Hello everyone, welcome back to the class. So in this class we are going to start with a new lesson, that is laws of motion. So in the first thing is there are three laws of motion, that is three Newton law of motion. So according to your new syllabus, these three laws are related. From this new syllabus, the laws of conservation of momentum is the first content. So do you know the meaning of the law of conservation of energy and also a charge? In the same way, law of conservation of momentum. Law of conservation of momentum states that the total momentum of an isolated system of interacting particle is conserved, or otherwise when two or more bodies collide each other in a closed system, the momentum of a body before and after momentum remains constant. It is understood by, let us take two bodies of mass m1 and m2 of velocity u1 and u2. This is before collision. This is before collision. Consider two bodies m1 and m2 of mass, velocity u1 and u2. This is before collision. After collision of a body, after collision of mass m1 and m2 of velocity v1 and v2. So here, according to this law of conservation of momentum, before collision is equal to the after collision. So here the total initial momentum is equal to total final momentum. Here m1 v1 momentum means mass into by the definition of momentum P equals to product of mass into velocity. That's why here the total momentum before collision m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. This is the statement of law of conservation of momentum. So when two or more bodies are collide each other in a closed system, the momentum of a body before and after collision remains constant. This is the statement of law of conservation of momentum. Then it is understood by taking an example of two bodies A and B of velocity of a momentum PA of momentum PB. This is before collision. So this is after collision. A momentum PA dash of body B PB dash. Here in these bodies A and B are the two bodies of a momentum PA and PB respectively. This is before collision. Then after collision, PA dash and PB dash are the momentum of a body A and B after collision respectively. According to the law of conservation of momentum, here impulse means it is the product of force into time. Impulse is equal to change in momentum. Change in momentum. So here the impulse can be written as, it is defined as a product of force into impulse force into time taken. So force into time is equal to change in momentum, that is P dash PA dash minus PA the impulse on body A is given by a F A into at a time dt is equal to PA dash minus PA. In same way for body B, F B is equal to PB dash minus PB. Here the force acting at A to FA to B, FAB is equal to PA dash minus PA divided by dt, and here FBA equals to PB dash minus PB divided by dt. So here, according to the Newton third law of motion, FAB is equal to FBA. So by Newton third law of motion, FAB can be written as minus of FBA. Here FBA, it can be written as minus of AB. FAB equals to minus of FAB. By Newton third law of motion, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Therefore, equating these two, equation number 1, this is equation number 2. By this equation, we get PA dash minus PA is equal to PB dash minus PB here, PA plus PB is equal to PA dash plus PB dash. This is the momentum before collision and after collision. So PA dash, so rearrange this equation, remaining here PA plus PB equals to PA dash plus PB dash. This is the equation of law of conservation of momentum. It is before collision, the total momentum of a body A and B before collision is equal to the total momentum of a body after collision. This is regarding about the law of conservation of momentum. And the next one is the practical application of law of conservation of momentum. So here there is a minus sign because here minus of FBA. So here minus of PB dash minus, here minus of PB, minus into minus plus. So here PB remaining here, PA comes this side, therefore minus PA becomes plus PA, PB plus PA here remaining here on the right side, and PB comes here, the PB dash plus PB, PA dash plus PB dash. Therefore, the equation will be balanced like this. This is the law of conservation of momentum. Then practical application of linear momentum or conservation of momentum is so these are the practical application of conservation of linear momentum. First one is recoiling of a gun. When we fire a bullet by a gun, the bullet moves in the direction of the gun moves in the direction of opposite to the bullet. So when the velocity of a recoiling gun can be calculated by a law of conservation of momentum of mass. Here m and m, capital of a gun and bullet of a velocity capital V and small v. The capital V is the velocity of a gun and small v is the velocity of a bullet. So by this law of conservation of momentum, M V plus small m small v equals to 0. By the law of conservation of momentum, mv is plus mv equals to 0. Here we need to calculate the recoiling velocity of a gun. So v equals to minus of small mv divided by capital M. This is the recoiling velocity, can be calculated using a law of conservation of momentum by of the recoiling gun. This is regarding about the recoiling of gun. And while firing, the gun must be held tightly on the shoulder. Why? When we firing a gun, it is held tightly. Why? Because on that time the shoulder of a body of the shooter and also a gun behaves like a single body, and the mass of the combining the mass of both the gun and the shooter, it's very high. That time the mass is very high. The velocity will be low. Recoiling velocity will be low. So this is about while firing the gun must be held tightly because it behaves like a single body. Then mass is very high. Velocity will be reduced. And the next one is flight to rocket and jet plane. While moving a flight of a rocket and jet plane, it's here the reaction will be the fuel is taking a react with the reaction flight. So the flight of a rocket and jet plane is moving. It's explained on the basis of linear momentum. While moving this, the fuel is burned with the presence of a oxidizing agent in a combustion chamber. That time the hot and heavier heat of a gas is released from a narrow gap. That time the velocity will be high. So that time it recoils for backward, it recoils the backward momentum. So as a result of jet plane and a rocket, it gained a equal and opposite, forward momentum. Therefore, according to the law of conservation of momentum, it acquires a backward momentum, and also as a result, it acquires both the forward momentum. Then both are equal, and then the remaining the momentum is conserved by this way. So next one is when a man jump out from a boat to the shore. Here, when a man is jumped from the boat experience equal and opposite momentum. Then only the linear momentum can be explained by this phenomena. So the last one is explosion of bomb. When the bomb is explosion vertically downward, horizontally downwards. So here vertically down, horizontally downwards. Then the bomb is here. The horizontal velocity is 0. Horizontal velocity is 0. Horizontal velocity is 0. Then horizontal momentum also 0. When the bomb is explosion in the downward direction, all the piece of bomb is split in all the direction. Therefore, the combining all the piece of this bullet of the bomb, sum of all these pieces remains 0 by law of conservation of momentum. This is regarding about the practical application of a conservation of linear momentum. And the next concept is friction. Friction. It is a force which opposes the relative motion of relative motion between surface of two body is called as friction. So here friction, it is a type of a force which opposes the relative motion of a surface of two body is called as friction. So what are the causes of producing friction? It is caused by the roughness of surface, and another one is molecular attraction of molecular force of attraction. Okay. So these two are the reason to causes the friction. Next one is types of friction. Here, static friction, kinetic friction, and next one is rolling friction. So first one is, we move on to the first one, that is static friction. This is a friction when the effect comes when the body tends to move over the another body is called as static friction. It is a friction. The effect comes when it's a friction when this effect comes the effect comes when the body tends to move. It's called as static friction. And next one is kinetic friction. It is a friction. The effect comes when the body is moves over the another body, surface of another body. Surface of another body. This is static friction. Similarly, kinetic friction means it is a friction. The effect comes when the body is moved over the surface of another body. The body moves over the surface of another body is called as kinetic friction. Kinetic means motion. Next one is rolling friction. effect comes when the body rolling over the surface of another body is called as rolling friction. This is regarding about the friction and types of friction. Thank you.